All right. Look what we have.
Hi. Oh my God, I heard a sound of this car 5 miles away. I mean, you can't do this to
Why
the environment. You are polluting the environment.
We're not polluting the environment. We're giving environment good music.
Good
sound,
music?
Good sound, yeah.
Is that how you call it?
Yes.
Come on.
I could not
Shlee.
hear your car at
Shlee,
all.
we don't do this. And there is a future.
This is a future?
This is a
I might as
future.
well call it a Volkswagen. Because come on, like I need to hear the sound of the engine boosting away.
See, everyone is complaining about the sound. We don't do this.
Yeah, I think they should be introduced to the beauty of these cars, and this is why I'm here. I just want us to have a conversation about these two
I'm
cars.
actually hoping for this. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's call a few people and have them just look at these cars and let's get a feel of what they think about them. Okay? Sounds like a good idea?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right, cool.
You're
First
fighting
person-
a lost battle.
No, it's not a lost battle. So today here we have this gentleman who has agreed to take part in this experiment. So tell me, what's your name?
My name is Frank.
Frank, what do you do for a living?
I'm a businessman.
You're a businessman.
Yes.
So now, I just want you to take a look at these cars and tell me which is appealing from the front. So let's start with the front. Of the two cars, just aesthetically looking at them, what would you go for and why?
Well, this one looks a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
You know, with the lights there. And all
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
It has a more of a modern look.
A win for me.
One win for you. Uh-huh. That's on the front. The e-Golf wins.
Yes.
All right, let's look at the wheels. So, which of the two would you go for? Which looks better to you?
Well, you know, currently I'm driving a car with low profile.
Uh-huh.
So maybe that looks a bit better to me.
Ha! I win.
Check out mine very well. I mean, check it out.
This one looks pretty standard here.
Uh-huh.
But I like probably the look just on the wheels.
You love the look from the wheels. And this is a battle I know I will win. Let's go to the back. Let's
dreams.
look at the back. All right? So, looking at the back, which car would you rather be behind? When you're on the highway, what would you like, looking at? Which of the two would you go for?
We don't do this in this 20th century, 21st century. We don't do this. How can you have exhaust pipe?
Let's see what he said.
That looks a bit more modern.
Yeah.
I like that.
You like
another
this
win
look
for
better.
me.
You don't like the tailpipes at the back
No, this is maybe when I was younger, but
when you were younger.
When he
All
was
right.
younger.
Okay, fine. One win for the Golf R, 2 wins for the e-Golf.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the hood. Let's pop the hood
Okay, let's do
and
that.
see what he thinks about them. So we'll start with yours. Let me pop mine as well. Since you already have 2 wins, Dave.
Yeah, I have
let's
2
start
wins.
with yours.
And I'm gonna win this battle.
Let's see.
Ooh, very simple. I know you love this. You guys are loving it, right? It's very simple. You love it, right?
What are your
Good.
thoughts?
wow. Okay. Now, recently
Yeah.
I had to change some coolant pipes in
Yeah.
my car, and that was going to cause me quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
And they were very simple pipes. I think they ended up costing me about 20,000 bob. So, with that in my mind,
Yeah.
this looks very simple. I'd love.
Thank you.
You know something? This looks like
Thank you.
plug and play. You know.
Thank you.
But let me just ask you a question. You said coolant pipes.
Yes.
The e-Golf also has coolant pipes, so you won't be running away from the cost. They still have coolant in their car, so yes, it looks simple, but there is a level of complexity. So keeping that in mind,
Yeah.
would you take it back?
No, because here, okay, I'm not. I'm a guy, but I'm not big on engines. I don't come here and start looking like, hey, what's going
You're the right guy.
Yeah, so if there's something going wrong, I'd like to just come out and maybe if I can look at 3 things.
Lesser moving parts. Did you hear that? He's interested.
Do I even
in
need to
lesser
pop my hood?
or
'Cause
fewer
clearly-
moving parts, and that is what the EVs have.
Okay, fine.
Looks very appealing.
Very appealing. I like the word.
So you like simplicity. So why should I even pop my hood? Because
Maybe
clearly,
I think we have to end here because I won.
I mean, for Frank, clearly he has a penchant for the e-golf. But
And you are not calling anyone here. We are using Frank.
we're calling some more people. He says he loves simplicity. He loves the modern look of the back.
Yeah.
And at the front as well, he says the e-golf wins.
Yeah.
But on the rims, on the wheels, the Golf R has it. So let's see. Let's bring in someone else. Thank you so much, Frank.
Okay, cheers.
So I
for being
won.
part
Thank
of
you
this
very much.
experiment. Thank
Thank you
you,
very
thank
much.
you, thank you. We are going on with this experiment.
Yeah.
Dave has gotten Frank
Yeah.
to get to the e-golf side of life.
But remember, I didn't bring Frank. He brought him, right?
he brought himself.
You brought him.
I brought
you
him.
called him, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Jesse, how
So
are you?
it's fair, right? That was fair judgment.
Okay, let's see. Jesse, how are you?
I'm fine.
Are you into cars?
Yeah, so much.
What kind of cars are you into?
Audi.
Oh, you like Audi, VW kind of cars?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. What do you like about cars generally?
The sound.
The sound.
The sound.
The sound. Okay.
I think
all
this
right.
guy is living in the past. Look at him.
No.
He's not living
He's
in the
living in
past.
the past.
Let's see. We're going to do a tour of the car. And I just want you to tell me which of the two you would go for, just aesthetically, before we get into the numbers, which we will talk about with Dave. So let's start. The front. Which of the two would you go for? Just look at both of them. And actually, let's close
Okay.
the hood cover, just so that he can have a holistic view. So, which of the two would you go for?
Definitely this.
Why? The shape? Is in the shape the same?
Yeah. Small, just small fine.
Yeah.
Slanted fine. Streamline.
Streamline. What about this one?
Another win for me.
No, let him just evaluate this and tell me what he thinks.
Too big for a car.
It's too big?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you get me.
Or this one is more compact and smaller. This one is more like in your face and huge. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Now moving to the wheels. Which would you go for? This one. Okay, another win for the Golf R. Now let's go to the back. You said you love sound.
Yeah, I love the
but
sound.
let me not preempt you here. But which of the two? Or which of the two cars would you like to be behind when you're on the highway? This one.
Yeah, this one, definitely.
This one definitely.
Yeah.
No arguments about that. Two wins. Now let's go to the hood. So we started with the e-Golf. Let's start with the Golf R. So what do you think about the hood?
Oh my God,
Is
this looks
something that you
scary.
like? It doesn't look
This
scary.
looks scary. I mean, how can you do this? I mean, it's scary, man.
This is not scary. This is how you get to bond with a machine. But Jesse, what do you think? What are your thoughts? You wouldn't like to be looking at this hood. Let's see what he thinks about the e-Golf.
Doesn't this look confusing?
It's not confusing, but
So imagine, okay, this car breaks down. What is the first thing you're going to check when you pop up the hood?
first of all, you'll be confused.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're not a mechanic. First of all, you're confused. So, shall we do more things?
Yeah.
But you know the beauty of VWs is whenever an issue crops up, you get to see it on your dash.
Okay.
So if probably the coolant is running low, it will tell you the coolant is running low. Yeah, if it tells you that you need to check the engine, it will actually give you a signal that you need to check the engine. So with that in mind, what do you think?
Let me see.
Okay, let's
good.
look at
I'm
the
gonna
e-Golf.
pop up
All right.
this. Okay, so let me tell you something. You love this, right? So we are basically going back in the past. You remember those cars we used to have in the past, it had fewer components or fewer parts. So with this technology, that is what we are trying to do once again. We are going back into the past. So for instance, if it breaks down and you come here, I mean, you don't have to check so many things. At least you know what to check. You understand? Fewer things. I know you love this, and we are winning.
Why this? Fewer things to look at. Fewer things to look at. Okay. Seems like you have 2 wins there. I really need a petrol head on my side.
Petrol heads are still living in the past, like I always say.
Petrol heads are not living in the past. No.
I am living the future now.
Oh, we have one more person.
Yeah.
And to even out the numbers that we have brought a lady. we have Leah here with us.
Yeah.
So we're just going to start again. I know she's going to, I don't think she's going to pick your side, but let's see. Maybe she'll be on my side. So let's try.
Okay.
So looking at the front of the car, both of these cars, which one of these two would you go for?
Just be honest.
Aesthetically
Just be honest.
speaking.
In terms of the look from outside, I'll be a bit biased. I love black cars.
Yes! One win finally. And also how the front looks like, right? Yeah? Okay, one win. One win for me,
I
finally.
thought you're pushing her to
No,
love
I am
yours.
not. No, I am not. Okay, ask her the next question.
They were the same color.
You're the same color.
Let's ask her the next
Okay,
question.
so let's compare these two rims. These two rims, okay? Which one will you go for? Look at mine. So beautiful. You love this one.
Oh, wow, thank you. And we clearly see the petrol engine powered car is winning on the wheels.
Hey,
look.
Team
This is
Evie,
just
where
so
are you?
planned. Anyways, let's go to the back. So let's look at the back, and I just want you to tell me which of the two would you rather be behind on a highway?
See, this one doesn't have exhaust. It's very silent. You know?
I see you're trying to sway her, but let's see. I'm quiet. I'm just waiting for her to make up her mind. Oh yes, another win here. Woohoo! Finally, the last test, which is found under the hood. So let's see. Let's pop yours, Dave. I'll also pop mine, and let's see what she would prefer to be looking at. So let's go up here. All right. Why do I feel like you're going to win? No, Leah, I believe in you.
I'm
So
really.
imagine this is your car. Which
Wow,
one would you
this-
want to?
it looks
which one-
scary.
yeah, let's pop yours as well. Which one would you want to be dealing with?
Welcome to the EV world.
EV
Welcome
versus
to the
internal
EV world.
combustion engine. You'd go for this? Why?
Team EV, where are you?
Why?
Yeah.
Less complicated.
Less complicated.
Yes. And also a bit easier to clean.
A bit easier to clean.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, is it because I haven't cleaned? It was just from the garage
no,
in the
no.
morning. So is this why
She's
everyone
not
is
talking
hating
about
on the?
that at all. She's talking about the fact that it has fewer parts, fewer moving parts. It's very simple. Who likes complicated or who wants complicated things nowadays? No one.
Okay. I think on that you win. But let's do the final test. I think on this one we'll just decide who wins. I want you to try and start your car. I'll start mine. And let's see what she chooses. Or let's see what everyone here would choose, okay?
Okay.
Let me start with mine. Dave is going to turn on his car and then we're going to see. Let me see if I'll even be able to get anything. Wait, Dave, have you turned the car on?
So the engine is on now.
Have you turned it on?
It's on
I
now.
couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, so that is the future.
No, it's not.
This is the future.
You're actually
It's on,
going
yeah.
to
This is
run
electric.
someone over.
Electric is silent.
You're going to run someone over. It's
That is-
actually a hazard on the road. You
That is
can't
why
see
we have
anything.
the horn. You can always honk.
But what if by chance the horn goes kaput? What happens?
So,
you're going to hit someone
Like
on the
I
road.
say
And,
always, electric is reliable. It's not going to go off.
but
Okay?
I would argue on that reliability
Yeah.
issue. How many miles or how many kilometers can this car cover without needing a recharge?
Okay, so it can cover 275 kilometers. I know yours can do more. Okay?
No, you're actually underestimating it. It can do way more.
It can do way more. Okay? So I think with this particular one, when it comes to the distance or the range it can cover, you win over here. But you know, batteries keep improving every day. A time is coming, these cars are going to go like
A time is
1,000.
coming, but we're here now. We are here now. And the truth is, at this point in time, 250 kilometers, right?
275.
770 kilometers on a full tank.
Yeah. But don't
More
forget,
reliable.
Don't forget the damage you are making to the environment.
Very interesting that you would talk about damage.
Yeah.
So I actually did a little bit of research and I was wondering how much carbon emission gases are actually produced when you actually produce an e-Golf, for example, or an electric car. So on producing each car, it's actually standard.
Yeah.
We emit the same amount of gases. But when it comes to producing batteries, that's where this one ends up actually causing more harm to the environment, as opposed to this one, which as soon as it's produced, we are done. Petrol engine all the way.
Okay, good. So I know in the production of this one, it's 2 times this one. It's, I mean, they emit more gas or in the production of doing this, right?
Yeah.
But afterwards, okay, after that is done, it is fine. It's not going to pollute the environment or emit any toxic gases in the environment. You get it? But this one will keep doing that because you use petrol, diesel. And that is forever. But this one, it's one time during the production of it. Yes, of course, it destroys the environment because of the batteries and others. Yeah. But after it is done, it is forever. The environment is always going to be clean. But yours is forever. It's going to destroy the environment. But
don't you think that the production of this, including the battery, would actually produce the same amount of carbon emissions as this one for its lifetime running?
Okay, so one thing about the battery, okay, it has its lifespan is around maybe 15 years, right?
15.
Yeah, 15 years.
Okay.
And afterwards, you don't even have to throw the battery away. Okay, you can recycle the battery and use it for other equipment at home. You get it? So it's not that we're going to dump this battery somewhere and it will damage the environment. No.
So which kind of equipment would you use it for at home?
Even it can power solar. It can even power solar panels and others at home.
But then it would be weak, right? You'd need to replace the battery, and it would be expensive. Now, let me compare it with just an internal combustion engine car. So these cars can run for for even 40 years, right? Yeah. And actually, something I discovered is as soon as you drive off in an electric powered car, your car starts depreciating like crazy. Whereas in my combustion engine car, you would find that the value for the car is actually increasing.
Okay, I understand
because of the, how the car looks like over time, and it also gets to serve generations. It could serve my father, myself, and my children. Would you say the same for the electric powered car?
Okay, so you know where the world is moving towards now, I mean the direction, okay? Yeah. We are trying to save the environment, the climate change and others, okay? So I bet you in the next 7-10 years, you wouldn't be using this, but I will be using mine because I'm driving the future now.
But as far as expenses, I just want to understand, how much would a new battery cost?
A new battery is quite expensive though. It's quite expensive. I mean, I can't compare it to that of ICE car. Yeah. Okay, it's much expensive. Yeah. It can cost you about $1,000, $1,500 to get a battery.
And in the context of Africa, so I won't even get into the purchasing cost of an electric car because I think that it's a bit out of reach. But in the context of Africa, looking at the expenses that would need to be sunk to acquire one or to acquire a battery once the warranty elapses and the batteries have died, what would you advise someone who is probably not earning too much?
Okay, so what is happening now is, that is new, right? So of course, when anything comes new, it's quite expensive to purchase or to own it, right? So but as time goes on, you realize that the prices of these batteries are going to be much cheaper. So people will be able to afford it. And even if you look at Africa, it's actually penetrating at a slower pace, you get it. So before, everybody will have this, I'm sure, or it's not even I'm sure, it's certain that the price of this will be very low.
So it's like we're just guessing.
It's not guessing.
We don't know.
It's not a guessing game. It's something that is going to happen. It's something that's going to happen. Even in the past when like SIM cards or mobile phones came, they were very expensive. But as time went on, so many manufacturers came on board and then it became very cheap. Now everyone can own a mobile phone. People own one or two, and people own more than two, you understand? So that is how this one too is going to be in the near future. So now it's more like the affluent or the rich people are going in for this, and they can afford the batteries. And like I told you, the lifespan of the battery is like 20 years, you understand? So they are not going to change any now. And before 20 years, it would have been cheaper by then. Yeah.
Okay. Now the other thing you said about disposing batteries, you can use them at home.
Yeah.
But let's face it, many people out there are actually looking for ways to dispose the batteries, and this actually ends up harming the environment. Whereas petrol, well, what do we produce? Carbon dioxide. Trees need carbon dioxide. So in a way, right? If used well, these are actually helping our trees to grow. What do you have to say about that?
But the thing is, it's affecting humanity too. You
How is it
understand?
affecting humanity?
Because these are toxic gases. They emit toxic gases in the atmosphere. If you look at climate change now, I mean, patterns, season patterns or weather patterns have changed now. It's just because of human activities. In terms of any vehicles, the transportation sector contribute to about 13% of this carbon emissions. It's affecting humanity. I mean, just look, even if you go to, let's say, in Europe and others, usually it snows during December, February. Now it's changing. All these patterns are changing because of these toxic gases that we are getting. You get it? I know, I mean, plants need carbon dioxide, but they don't need so much. They just need little to survive. And this is producing more. You get it?
Okay, fine. On that, let me concede.
Yeah.
But then this final thing, you said it's harmful to humans, right?
Yeah.
To produce a battery, there are minerals that need to be dug up, namely lithium, cobalt,
cobalt,
and many others. And I am very sure some of you who have gone deep into this electric mobility movement, you will actually find out that cobalt actually comes from the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, where there is a war, and people are not equipped well enough to be able to dig up this cobalt. And then as well, lithium produced in Bolivia, Argentina, China. People are not well equipped to be able to dig up these minerals that are instrumental to making the electric powered vehicle work. So what do you have to say about that? How can we as well regulate that so that we are not saying we are actually saving the environment and saving humans, but on the other hand not caring about the safety of these guys who dig up the minerals that are required for powering the cars?
Okay, so what I would say about this is, now there are so many governmental bodies, coming up with legal frameworks to control the mining of these minerals. You get it? Now I know somehow it is destroying the environment, but then measures are being taken to ensure that it's done the proper way. Okay, so now
measures are being taken. They're not yet. We haven't
yet
seen them yet because someone is benefiting from it.
And like I said, it's new. We are learning in the process.
But I agree that we're learning, but at the same time, these are people's lives at stake. To support this vision, how can we make it better? Should we halt the production of these cars until we get the frameworks right for where these minerals come from, or should we continue at the expense of these human lives that are being?
So that is why I'm saying governmental bodies are working around the clock to get this thing fixed. So it's being fixed at the moment, okay? So I assure you in the next 1 to 3 years, we should have all the legal framework put into place to control this.
All right, I guess that's it, guys. Back at home, I'd want to know, which of the two would you go for? Are you a petrol head like I am, or do you believe in the future like Dave does?
I'm actually living in the future now, and she's living in the past.
The past is always nostalgic. Come on. Mozart, Beethoven, everyone from that era we celebrate today. And I think that's going to be the same thing for the ICE powered car.
Good. So?
All right, that's it. You can jump on your car.
Yeah.
Do not hit anyone by the road.
I'm
please.
not going to do that.
Use your horn.